carriage driver said the wind outside is atrocious. Sit at your vanity. It's well past midnight, and I know you need our little bedtime ritual to help you fall asleep. Let me start by taking out all your hair accessories. How was the ball? Elizabeth's darling said your hair was a fright. I take exception to that. I did your hair. Her table manners are a fright, as are her brothers. Why, when James Darling supped with your father, he complained that the young man slurped his soup. Can you imagine? This beautiful bow belonged to your mother. I remember putting it in her hair when she was young. That again. I've told you, your father doesn't want you to know. Why do you always ask me to read that diary to you? You have a bit of a headache, you poor thing. Let me just stroke your hair. I can brush your hair and give you a bit of a massage. Let me just finish with these hairpins. And it's not just the wind outside tonight, it's the rain. Such a dreary evening for a ball. Father found those diaries here in this house. Yes, I've read them. Much of it happened here. He thinks you're too young to know. All right. You know I can't resist you. I will whisper it to you quietly, as long as you promise not to tell your father. I'll whisper it to you as I brush your hair and do the rest of our bedtime ritual to get you ready for bed. It starts off as if she knew somebody would be reading her diary someday. first line starts. There you are, dear reader. So you have come to listen to my adventures and misfortunes. I will not keep you waiting. My life wasn't always bad. It started happy enough in a grand mansion located in a wild patch of Ireland in County Galway, known for vast tracts of emerald green land and dark, stormy seas. The diary continues thusly. In my early years, I grew up surrounded by much love and laughter. Both came by way of my mother and her sisters, who, according to my father, were as wild as the land. Let me continue with the diary. Then one day, without any word to me, they were all banished from our estate. My mother and her sisters. Where they went, I would not know for some time, and why they were sent away would also remain a mystery. A few years after their departure, I would have a great misfortune, and this is the story I wish to tell now. I was born Telehandra Quinn Murray, but from an early age everyone called me Viola for reasons that I still cannot explain. I have no musical talent whatsoever, so I could not have been named for the instrument, although this lack of talent never stopped me from playing the piano and singing as loudly as possible. What finally stopped the music altogether in our house was the departure of my mother. After she was sent away, my upbringing fell to my father, a man full of oddities and a penchant to leave our estate as often as possible and travel abroad. I was left with a governess named Tilda, who had a sharp tongue and only one eye. What happened to the other one? I asked one day, staring at the patch she wore like a pirate. This led to severe raps on my knuckle with a hard wooden rod. I never asked again. Tilda was severe of face and character, and she would make me stand on a stool and conjugate every Latin verb until I was blue in the face. But when nobody else was around and the house stood empty, Tilda would tell me about demons. Yes, now that's what she wrote in her diary. Oh, of course, none of it is true. Don't be upset. See, this is why your father said not to tell you what was written in those diaries. Of course, demons aren't real. Here now, let me just straighten your hair out a little bit. Play with a little bit of these sections, and then it's going to be time for you to get into bed. continue with our nighttime ritual. I'll just spritz some lavender on your hair. Then it's time to crawl into bed. Let me just also spritz your nightgown and your sheets with some lavender oil. There now, that's it. Still having a hard time sleeping? Just watch the feather and fall asleep. Now, of course, demons are nothing to worry about. And if you enjoyed tonight's ritual, then yes, let's do this again next week.